Hey everyone, it's 10 Types, and today I'm going to be showing off a super cool deck list, and this might be the hardest deck I've ever played, which is saying something, because I've played a lot of kind of difficult to play decks, a lot of control decks, but this is certainly one of the hardest. It also involves a lot of, it sounds like a math, most decks don't, but this one does. But pretty much what you do here is it's a Ditto box, so you have Ditto, which copies the attacks of basic Pokemon in your discard that don't have a rule box. You do need the energy to attack, so this is a Psychic-based Ditto deck. And so we have a few different attackers, and this is actually meant to be a Silver Tempest deck. I held off on releasing it because, as I said, it was so difficult to play. But I decided I've embarrassed myself enough that this isn't that bad when I inevitably make quite a few misplays. But one of the main attackers here is Spinda, which was from the Silver Tempest set. It's attack Dizzying Spin for 1 colorless, so very easy to pay. It does 10 to each of your opponent's Pokemon. That's alright spread, but it also confuses their active, and that can be very, very powerful, forcing them to either switch or retreat or flip for their attack. And so that's just not a spot they want to be in. And of course, if they flip tails, that's damage on them, which can actually be very important in this deck because you need to get as much damage as you can anywhere you can. And then we also have Reshiram for 2 colorless. We can pay this with Twin Energy. Does 20 to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Keep in mind, you never want to use this with double turbo energy because you don't do any damage. It actually reduces the bench damage as well as the active damage, so you're just not doing anything. That's why we don't play double turbo, but Reshiram does 20 to each of their bench. That's pretty solid damage output. And then if they're playing something that stops us from dealing bench damage, we have Spectrier here, which can do its attack at Night Footsteps, put 2 damage counters on 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. And that's alright. You'll use it some. It certainly applies some pressure. It's not bad by any means. It can hit the active and the bench for a bit of damage. It's just a cool card. Of course, it's not that much damage, though. It does have 120 HP, though, so you can use Spectrier itself as an early attacking Pokemon. And also Phantom Strike, 120, and then you can't use Phantom Strike next turn for 3. Isn't that bad. It's not great, but it's usable. And then we also have our big finisher here, Mimikyu from Lost Origin. It can confuse, but you obviously don't want to use that. You want to use its attack Worst Gift here, which does 10 damage for each damage counter on all your opponent's Pokemon. So you say you spread like 200 damage all across the board, which is not that hard to do with this deck. You're hitting 200 with this, which is insane. So really your goal here is to build up a lot of damage all across the board with all your other attackers, Spinda, Reshiram, Spectrier, as well as we have Chilling Reign and Inteleon to ping. And then you Mimikyu take big KOs near the end of the game, hitting 300 plus damage. And then we also have Radiant Alakazam, pretty interesting in this deck. Its ability Painful Spoons. Once during your turn, you may move up to 2 damage counters from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another. That's really good because it just allows you to put the damage counters exactly where you want them. And also Mimikyu, you want to be taking as few damage counters off the board as you can when you take up KO. So just preserving damage is really useful. And also Mind Ruler, its attack Psychic Colorless, 20 for each card in your opponent's hand. Can deal with big threats. We have Raihan to power Pokemon up. And then we have Gapejaw Bog. It's a bump to path because Radiant Alakazam is pretty important. And also it gets some more damage counters on their side of the board. This list isn't quite finalized, but it's in a very good spot, I'd say. It's very difficult to play, as I said, as well. You'll see. Hopefully we hit a good game here, a few good games, because it's very fun. The deck sets up pretty well, though. It's just a weird deck, but it's really fun as well. So I'd highly recommend you play this. The list should be down below in the description. And we start probably our worst attacker, or the worst Pokemon to start, but we're not like completely dead in the water either, and they're giving us a mulligan, so we'll take it. We're also vulnerable ourselves to spread. This is Flying Pikachu VMAX. This is control. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't seem too great for us. We see Meal Tank, though, so we'll take that. Hisuian Heavy Ball. We'll see anything in the prizes. Yep, we can grab a Ditto out. This is a weird matchup. I don't play against control that often. It's not a super common deck, but it's interesting. Yeah, we'll take the Spectrier here, grab ourselves a Sobble, and probably retreat into the Ditto. Spectrier is just an alright attacking option. Spinda's not bad either, but I think we're going to grab the Sobble, so we're not working with the dead hand. We have a lot of we have 4 Scoop Up Nets as well, which is pretty good, allowing us to be in a more versatile position. Of course, discarding this energy early isn't necessarily the best, but I know I play a lot of control, so I should know how to face this. But I honestly, when I play control, I don't use my brain that much. I just kind of play stuff. So certainly sometimes I like lock in and focus on winning. I always want to win, of course, but I don't think through all the options. So I'm not. And this specific list they're playing, I haven't played that either. I have a general idea of how it works. I'm not exactly sure what attackers they have other than Flying Pikachu. Obviously, they have Miltank. They probably have Regieleki, maybe more Pico. And they might have... No, they don't have Ice Cube, but they have some different things. But really, the big threat is Flying Pikachu. If we can KO that as soon as they play that, that's really good. I think the likelihood of that happening is pretty much non-existent, though. So this is going to be awkward. They're Peonying. I guess they... Is this the Lightning Mewtwo reunion deck? It might be. That's probably what it is. With Peonia, I feel like that's the only reason you'd play Peonia. Because if you need Pokemon, like basic Pokemon, which are most of the attackers, then you're just going to run a Hisuian Heavy Ball or 2, maybe even 3 if you're going crazy with it. So, like Miltank, we also don't want to get obliterated by Miltank. Will that happen? Probably not, because it's not a great attacker. We can, like, KO it and stuff. Let's see. So our position here is just very mediocre. They're going to Scoop Up Net, so they're going to draw some cards with Snorlax, but only... I mean, they're drawing 4 at least, so not bad. A lot of lists don't play Glare and Meowth, which you should definitely play. I don't know why you wouldn't play it, but you should always play it. And in Snorlax Squirmdice list, it's amazing value. Or in Snorlax Squirmdice control list, at least. Let's see, so we need the energy, and we're going to Marnie them as well, because their hand's not... I mean, their hand was bad, but now it's looking pretty good. So we're going to go ahead, Drizzile, grab Marnie, which we play 3 copies of. And then we're just going to go in with Spectrier, I think. Yeah, that's definitely the best option here. But Marnieing them, reducing their hand, growing ours a bit as well. We don't need any of these cards in our hand. And then we're just going to apply a little bit of pressure. Of course, one thing that we need to watch out for is Miltank. If we have 3 bench Pokemon, they'll one-shot our Ditto. So I think we hold off on that for now. They could, like, net. And so they can't really... I guess they could Echoing Horn us, but that's not that bad. Radiant Alakazam doesn't provide any value right now, so we'll just Night Footsteps. And that's a pretty alright position we're in. We could theoretically go in with the other attack, Phantom Strike. I'm not exactly sure. I don't love that play because we're committing a lot of energy to a Pokemon that's almost definitely going to get KO'd. But I think we could just keep going in with Night Footsteps for a little while. They're gonna cape that up, which is interesting. I don't think that's a particularly strong play, but you know they can do what they want. And also the Gapejaw Bog. I hope this like hurts them. They're gonna capture energy. I guess it doesn't hurt them that much if they just capture energy, because that gets around Gapejaw Bog. Puts damage. Gapejaw Bog puts damage counters on a Pokemon when you play it. See Radiant Greninja as well, which honestly in control I don't think is that bad. It doesn't provide enough value, but they're playing it here. I mean, I sometimes play it. It has a bit of value with Mewtwo, but really Glare and Meowth's just better. You should always play Glare and Meowth over Radiant Greninja in a Snorlax control list, because this isn't drawing you many cards. It may draw you like 4 cards over the course of the game and also lose important resources for you, like special energies. So it's not great. Like, they didn't even use it there. We see research. We have another Marnie. Let's see. The energy on the active is an interesting play as well. I don't really know what to think about it, but we could just take a very passive route here as well, not do much of anything. Obviously, that's kind of sketchy. We have this Inteleon, but I don't really want to evolve it just yet. We could go for, like, Scoop Up Nets or something. Radiant Alakazam, it's not the time to drop it now. What we're most scared of course, is the Miltank. I think we're okay. Let's see, we don't have Raihan, but I don't hate just Night Footstepsing again. Onto the Miltank Snorlax. It's a very safe play, and they're not applying much pressure at all. If they Echoing Horn KO us, it's not that bad, to be honest, because we can just send up the Spectrier itself and hit with that and have more damage. We don't... Honestly, them setting up Mewtwo V Union... What? They get rid of an Evolve? Yeah, that's fine. So, if they set up Mewtwo V Union, which may or may not be what they're playing, it's not great, but it's not that bad for us. an Eldeos, so they're going to Eldeos loop us, which they can like share and scare loop. They might be playing Pidgeot, Pidgeot in this list, Pidgeot V, which provides some value. I haven't really played Pidgeot V loop, but I think it's it's just a mediocre deck. I think what you like Pidgeot V loop with Eldegoss loop, it's kind of confusing. It's not that confusing, but I just haven't played it. It doesn't do anything particularly amazing though. It's not gonna like heal the other Pokemon. But there we see the Flying Pikachu V. So that's scary. We want to take that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they have 12 damage counters in play. That means we're hitting 120. We're a little bit short with Mimikyu V's attack, which we can't. Mimikyu's attack, which we can't even use right now. But I think we're looking for Spinda and getting that in the discard pile. That seems pretty good. And they don't really want to attack with Miltank. It doesn't have that much. It doesn't do that much damage. We can just Scoop Up Net. The Snorlax. Are they attacking with Miltank? If they have the Echoing Horn, it's not that bad, to be honest. Yeah, okay. So they're just going for that play. We see the Raihan. I kind of like that. And we definitely get another, some more stuff in play, some more cards in play. I'm thinking, so they remove some damage off the board. I'd, of course, love to get the Chilling Reign Inteleon, but we don't have that just yet. We can KO the Miltank. I don't love that play, though. Let's evolve here. We're looking for a Scoop Up Net. Possibly another Quick Ball. Or we could grab Level Ball as well. But I think double Quick Ball here. We can get rid of, let's see, Research. Yeah, we have a few left in deck for that still. Or actually, do we get double Scoop Up Net and then Quick Ball? That's okay, but Burning Nest here is just kind of iffy. I don't think we need Mimikyu, though. I think we go in with Spectrier again. It'll grab Net, Quick Ball, give us more options here. Set up our board state a bit better. We're playing a bit slow. We're not playing that slowly. I don't know why the timer is giving us such a hard time here. Let's see. We're definitely going to play the Sobble again. It's very important. We can Quick Ball away, as I said, that Research. That's not super necessary. We could Gust Up the Snorlax as well, get that trapped in the active, but we're going to get Spinda, get that in the discard. We do need another Ditto to attack with as well. So we'll go ahead and grab that. So get rid of Spinda here, and then grab that Ditto. We hope we can see another Sobble here as well. I don't love Marnie here, but it's not the end of the world. Also, I'm nervous they can punish our high amount of damage counters on board. I don't hate Gust Snorlax, though. And then at some point we can possibly apply pressure to that that Flying Pikachu. Yeah, I'll go for that out. Force them to play another Net as well. And honestly, I'm going to Radiant Alakazam as well. We can move damage counters off of this onto this, which is where we need the damage counter. Or we maybe should have moved them to Miltank. I don't think it matters too much either way. We could Dizzying Spin. We got that. I guess we didn't need that in the discard just yet, but we're just going to Night Footsteps again. And now I like our position. We're not like completely dominating, but we have the ability to counter this Miltank. We just Spinda's really good here. Yeah, they got the net in hand, but they're burning more resources. So that feels pretty nice. They're of course going to grab the KO. They're playing the Snorlax. That's a bold play, giving us more damage to work with Gapejaw Bog. And then go for a Bruno, which isn't even providing a lot of value here. And they have that Radiant Greninja, which is just kind of not doing them too many favors. Galar Mine, so we want to be careful. I guess maybe we should have saved the Gapejaw Bog, but that didn't feel amazing. So they're, of course, going to take the KO. And we're going to take the KO back, I think, if we can, which I believe we can. We could go for the Confusion play here as well. Forcing him to flip is a bit sketchy, though. I'm trying to think the best way to do this. So I think I'll... Oh, this is weird. We're definitely going to Raihan to the active, though, of course. What else do we want? I think we want a Sobble. And then we want probably the other Ditto in play as well. The rest of the attackers aren't providing a lot of value. So, yeah, I'll grab that. And as you see, like the time is just eating away at me because this is a weird deck to play, and this is a weird matchup too. But we can go. We don't have an energy. Maybe I should have grabbed an energy because the Raihan kind of loses some value there. But we can quick ball away. Getting rid of the Marnie seems like highly questionable. I'll level ball for excuse me. I'll level ball for another Ditto, so we can get another attacker in play. Let's see. Got to move a little faster here. But oh, and Galar, I was like, oh, why am I not taking damage? It's because Galarmine's in play. So we could, I think we Spinda here. We're gonna Painful Spoons. Move it off here onto here because Flying Pikachu is really the scariest thing that they have going on. And then we're gonna go ahead and use Dizzying Spin and do a solid chunk of damage. And also the Confusion is just something they're gonna hate here. And so we're gonna be able to hopefully punish them. Yeah, they got the Flying Pikachu in play. So they're looking for presumably a Speed Lightning. Wow, they play Colvis's Experiment. That's kind of a weird card in this deck. I guess it kind of makes sense for a big hand, but I don't know if it has a ton of synergy. And also, you can lose important pieces doing that as well. So let's see what they lost zone. They lost zone Galarmine. We like that. Honestly, Galarmine doesn't seem that good in their deck. It's, I mean, Galarmine boss has value in some matchups certainly, but honestly I've started to cut Galarmine from a lot of my lists because it's not amazing. Yeah, they play their Regieleki, so they're definitely playing Speed Lightning Energy as a pseudo engine type card. The Speed Lightning plus all the different types of energy kind of work with Radiant Greninja because you can pitch the ones you don't need, but it's not that good. They're gonna Manaphy, so that's annoying, but we can deal with it, right? Over a few turns, but hopefully they flip tails. If they flip tails, that's super good for us. Radiant Greninja, so yeah, what are they gonna get rid of? Double Turbo, so we want to watch their resources as well. They're down 3 energy, 4-5, they got 2 in play. Keeping the active, so it looks like they're flipping. They're certainly not gonna Scoop Up Net, and they're not retreating either because they Galarmine. So yeah, they're taking their time as well. They're actually in down less time than us. But did we go first? We did go first, so that's understandable. Actually, wait, no. If we went first, we should have less time. But yeah, they played a lot of cards. This is a weird deck. What? No way. They're retreating off their Miltank? That just seems like bad. Are they retreating into Snorlax? Wow, that's bold. That's fine though. That gives us more to work with. They're just like hurting themselves right now, so we'll take that. You certainly want to move damage counters off their active. We can Marnie them. That's a pretty good play. And finally, we get up one of our Chilling Reign Inteleon, so we can apply even more pressure. Obviously, we want to pressure that Manaphy. Okay, we're going to Marnie, see what we get. They're down 3 nets, but if they net their Manaphy, that feels kind of bad. Ooh, so we hit a net of our own. I kind of like that. We have another energy. We can stick that on probably the benched Ditto here. And then we can also go for... we're going to move the damage off here. I'll just go onto the Manaphy. It's not like a bad play to do. And then we can ping that Manaphy again. We can go ahead and use Night Footsteps. And this is where Night Footsteps, of course, sees its value. We can do Manaphy Miltank, I think. Really, the play against that Flying Pikachu will have... Actually, yeah, the Miltank's kind of scary. We want to be able to deal with it as soon as we can. We can KO the Miltank with the Inteleon. We can actually hit into the Flying Pikachu with the Inteleon as well. But we're very close to taking our first prizes. They're caping up. No, not their Manaphy. Looks like it was the right play to stick a lot of damage on that, though. And we can KO it next turn, so that's pretty good. We will need to quite possibly move damage off the Flying Pikachu or the Miltank, which feels bad. But, you know, we'll work with it. They're going to hammer us. Oh. They flip heads too. Oh, that's annoying. We could net the Ditto in the active. That, of course, feels bad, but it's not the worst thing in the world. We're just going to have to go with it, though, because we don't have a lot of energy. We haven't played like 6 or so, but I think we prized our search for it. But yeah, you see they're like getting off to a very slow start here. Okay, yeah, we're definitely netting the Ditto. That provides, obviously... It just allows us to attack here and KO the Manaphy, which is very important. We don't need to attach here, but we do, of course, need to KO the Manaphy. So go ahead, ping that. And then we're going to preserve the Twin Energy so we can retreat out if we have to. I don't really know what I want to move the energy. I guess I'll move the damage off the mill tank onto the Manaphy. We don't play like tool removal either. So, yeah, I believe they have, 20 HP left. So we're going to go ahead, Night Footsteps, hit the Manaphy, and that Flying Pikachu. As I said, I'm not sure which is a bigger threat. They're down a bunch of energy, too. So now we can finally go in with the Spinda, though, which also requires colorless energy. And we hit a net, so that's really good. They're down a lot of, so they're down 4 energies that they can use with Miltank. So that's kind of why I chose to go away from Miltank there. Okay, so they got their Flying Pikachu up, which is not great. But we can still go for the Confusion play and damage their bench with Spinda. So it's not too bad. We're down 1 Ditto. So they're going to Bird Keeper into that. But obviously they're very low on cards as well. They only have 10 left in deck. They should be infinite, I gotta assume. But who knows. They're going to play this other Snorlax, which is a bit... It's not that bad for us. I was like, kind of think it would be scary. It's not too bad, though. We're going to go Ditto Confuse, and now they're kind of stuck as well, unless they want to bump the Stadium, which, of course, feels bad for them. We're going to Sobble. We, of course, attach to the active. I'm thinking Marnie isn't good here. We also have Raihan. I realize we filled our bench as well, which might not have been the best idea, but I think... Do we have another Quick Ball? I think we do, and do we have the Ditto? No, our Ditto's prized, and the Hisuian Heavy Ball is prized. That's annoying. We could grab Reshiram. Reshiram's not bad here because we could just KO all their bench Pokemon. And they might have another net, but I'll actually Ordinary Rod here and get back a bunch of things. We have 2 Dittos and some energies. So we'll do both. Double Ditto, of course, and then also get back a couple of energies. Now in a pretty safe position, and we can go, of course, stick this on the active. We're going to Painful Spoons. We're all in on this Flying Pikachu. It's a bit weird. They probably can't heal it, though, is what I'm thinking. I'm not sure what options they have for healing it. Probably none. They might have Cheryl, but Cheryl has got to feel bad for them here. So Dizzying Spin, and we get more damage in play, and we confuse them. Yeah, I was pretty sure we confuse them because it only stops damage done to Flying Pikachu, which means like 90% of our attack still works, which feels really good for us. As I said, we're still, of course, looking for that, for the Dittos, which we threw back into the deck, but we're not guaranteed to draw them by any means, of course. And Marnie also would be very good here to limit their hand size. How many cards they got? I think they have... Yeah, they have 12. So, and they're down a lot of resources as well, but nothing crucial other than those nets and energies and that Bird Keeper. Losing the Bird Keeper for them, I imagine, feels bad. And they're in like a weird spot because if they just start flipping for it, it's of course very risky. We could start hitting into them with Inteleon. They're going to boss stall our Radiant Alakazam, so that makes sense. But we're still dealing damage to them because we got our Inteleons, and that's something that's annoying. A lot of controllers used to run Jolteon, because the Chilling Reign Inteleon, even if you got them quote-unquote locked up, it was still a lost condition. So, and I don't think they're going to apply any active pressure with milling. They could run Sandile, but probably not. And, of course, risking that Flying Pikachu taking more damage feels bad as well. Now, one thing we'd love to do is, of course, KO this, right? They flip heads. Oh, that's annoying. They KO our Radiant Alakazam, but, well, that means they're still immune to damage as well. This is just really awkward. Yeah, we go in with Ditto, of course, though. I'm going to ping. We got Gapejaw Bog back as well. But we don't actually want that in play because we like having their Flying Pikachu stuck in the active. So we're going to go ping that, I think. If they go in with Snorlax, we do have the Mimikyu route. Snorlax, how much HP? It's got 140, so, or 150, so it's not that hard to take out. How many energy we down? We got a lot. So we'll, of course, net that Inteleon and search out Marnie, I think, reducing their options a little bit. And I don't hate the energy on Mimikyu, but I certainly don't love it either. So Drizzile, grab ourselves, I guess, as I said, that Marnie. We're down. That's our last Marnie, too. But research seems bad, and I think we need to start drawing some more. We could take a prize, but I don't love that. It's not really doing too much for us right now. So we'll just Marnie. And I was going to attach the energy, but I think it's better to hold off on attaching it for now and seeing just what we draw into. Yeah, we see Ditto with a Psychic, so that's obviously better. We'd love to net that Mimikyu, but that would be our last net, so... Or do we prize one? We might not have any left in deck. I'm not sure. But right now, we're, of course, just going to go, and we can't copy the Radiant Alakazam. That's another important thing to note. But yeah, we'll start picking away at that Snorlax, too. I'd like to just kind of deal with that as quickly. No, we need to go after the Flying Pikachu, right? So yeah, we Dizzying Spin, of course, because that's our only attack option. And it's not bad here. We're still applying more pressure, as I said. And right now, we need to get a few lucky flips. But really one lucky flip. They're going to confuse us, too. Okay. That's obviously annoying. They're attaching another energy to Snorlax. Going to Thornton. What are they Thorntoning? Oh, they're going to get back Manaphy, yeah. They're going to switch out, presumably, when their Snorlax. Wait, they should have done their other Snorlax. Oh, wait, Regieleki? Wow, okay. So I guess they're really concerned about their resources. So they're going to switch into Regieleki. Maybe they could Speed Energy, but that doesn't provide a lot of draw power. It's as much draw power as Radiant Greninja would be discarding it. But Regieleki, if you don't know what it does, it recovers. Okay, so they're going to hard retreat off that. So they're going to take the KO as well. I don't know what they're doing, to be honest. Oh, can we KO the Flying Pikachu? Obviously, that's just so good for us. And that puts them to sleep. So we could take the KO. Can we boss, though? We don't actually have a particularly strong hand. So probably not. I think we're just going to go for a safe Ditto play. And they're still asleep. So we have the Evo Incense. What do we get here? We could get boss, as I said. But we don't have any super strong attacking options right now. They didn't recover the Manaphy, though. So that feels good for us. I don't even know if we need anything here. But I think we'll Drizzile. We could just research. Actually, I'll fail that. Stick the energy on the Mimikyu here. I think that's the play we have to go. Then research, send this. We don't need that Sobble. Not providing much value right now. We hit another Ditto. Nice. We got another attacker, and of course we go ahead and we could copy keep calling. Let's not do that. No, we're gonna. Oh, is Dizzying Spin? Or is Night Footsteps is probably better here because their double sleep is actually worse. They can't retreat out of it, so we're gonna do that. And that Snorlax is, as I said, it's still scary. But we can deal with it with Mimikyu. So we'll go and go after that. Miltank is about a pretty juicy target. Of course, targeting the Regieleki isn't bad either, and they're still asleep, right? So we're all good. I've never realized Thumping Snore, like, people play this Snorlax, but it's not that good. Oh, and obviously I should not have... luckily I didn't do this, but Snorlax is immune to stuff like Night Footsteps, and it's immune to the confusion from Dizzying Spin as well. So they can't retreat now. They could, like, switch, but Flying Pikachu is almost in reach, but it's not quite there. So we're so close, but I'm really nervous that we're not going to be able to finish this one out. They're going to Lost Vacuum their stadium. Yeah, this is why, like, Galamine is not good with Flying Pikachu, and, like, a lot of these Pokemon, when you don't have enough switch options, you need, like, a lot of Bird Keeper, and they've only played probably, like, 1, 2, probably for the Eldeos. Also, they don't have any more bench space. They possibly prized one of their nets, and they're just going to pass over. Wow. So they wake up. Do we have the KO? We do. Yeah, we have a KO on the Flying Pikachu. We can manually retreat Ditto. Feels a bit sketchy, but I think it's the right play here. We could, yeah, so attach. How much? Yeah, we go here. So we're going to just completely obliterate this Flying Pikachu, and we're going to retreat. We could, we boss his orders here on the Flying Pikachu, and then we essentially catch up on prizes. We ping, I think we ping that Miltank as well. I'm not sure what else we're going after, to be honest. But I don't think pinging the Miltank's bad here. Gapejaw Bog could provide value, but I don't think it's going to provide enough. We worst gift do 400 damage. That Flying Pikachu has 600 damage on it, this is why, like, the deck builds. It's like we were losing, but now, bam, we're straight back in it. That being said, we're still we're like behind on prize trade. That being said, I think we can KO the Miltank, but we do need our Raihan to do that. And also we missed the Inteleon off of the prizes, which feels bad. It's not like horrible, we don't just lose, but it doesn't feel good. Oh no, but their Miltank could win the game. They're powering up the Regieleki, though, which is not like a Miltank win the game type of play. Sydney, they're going to get rid of our energy, I guess. And our stadium, too, but it's not that big of a deal. The worst things are energy, right? And that's we have one more Twin in deck. Yeah, this game's going on for quite a while. They're going to drop a Galar Mine, but that's not providing much value. So, of course, we go in with Inteleon. And now we can finally copy the Mimikyu. Let's go. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So, yeah, we definitely have KO on Snorlax. Hopefully, they don't have KO with Miltank for game. Obviously, then we just lose. We could Scoop Up Net. How many energies are they down? They're down 2 Twin, 3 Double Turbo. And that could very well be all that they have, though. Let's see. We're going to go ahead. I think we have the Raihan in deck. We could actually try to take out the Miltank, hopefully flip Tails. I don't love that play, though, of course. Spinda's, of course, not very good here. We could, as I said, we could just Night Steps. Or we could just, but if they wake up, we just lose, right? Which is going to feel so bad. I'm just going to go for the big, what do we grab here? Grab Inteleon, I guess. Don't have too many. Oh, I should have grabbed Energy. It doesn't matter too much. But we can go, obviously, we're pinging at that Miltank. Do we Scoop Up Net? We don't have, like, tool removal, which feels bad. I think Scoop Up Netting isn't really going to help us. I suppose if the last energy is a double turbo, though, it could help us. So I'll scoop up this, replay the Inteleon, and go after that. I guess we could go after not Miltank. We go after Miltank here, right? But we're still just a tiny bit short. We're 10 damage short, even if we wanted to go for Night Footsteps, which we're not going to do. We're going to go for Worst Gift, easily grabbing the KO, hitting 230 damage on the Snorlax. Now this is make or break. My opponent is about to, like, lose. But they could win, right? We're very close, coming down to the wire. A control game where each of us are going after prizes, which is interesting. But yeah, they need a Twin Energy. Wait, how many were they down? Oh no, they were down even more. So they don't have any more double turbo. I should not have made that Scoop Up Net play. But if they have a 4th Twin Energy, they win here, I believe. Yeah, they hit 70 and they win. We don't have Cape. Cape could provide value in this deck, but it's rare. But this is obviously a case where Cape of Toughness provides a lot of value for both of us, right? Cape of Toughness in these single prizer basic matchups. They're going to Echoing Horn. That's not it, though. So they're going to bring back Mimikyu. Means we can't copy it, but really we're still going to win. They're looking for a Net. Could preserve the game a bit longer. So no, they don't have it. Let's go. So we're going to be able to quick shooting, evolve into the other quick shooting for a game. Let's go. So close there. Hit the point with Ball Play. I don't think that'll show up. But yeah, wow, that was so close. Yeah, you can see why the deck's very hard to play. Of course, that matchup's just absurd, but wow, my brain's hurting. I'll run one more game. That's one of the coolest games I've ever played, and I got on video. Let's go. And that game was super long, but wow, that was fun. Control where they take prizes. We were both dealing with resource management and stuff. Actually, you know what? No, I don't think I have enough brain power for another game right now. So, and the video has been quite a while as well, but I'll show up the list again. My opponent was running, nothing crazy. It was just a normal control list with Flying Pikachu, Lightning Control. But wow, we were able to take him out with Mimikyu doing massive damage to some targets, as well as Spectrier. Spectrier provides so much value. It seems so bad because it does 40 for 1, which is just not that good. But it won us the game. And Spinda, of course, the confusion. It helped a little bit. It didn't win us the game though. It could have won us the game, but it didn't. But yeah, the Inteleons, we didn't attack with Inteleon. We could have. That could have been an alright route. Radiant Alakazam also providing some value, getting knocked out though, but able to do it. I guess we could have Raihan to Radiant Alakazam, of course, control often ending up with big hands, so that would have been an option as well. But yeah, that's a really fun deck to play and really hard. I think it's the hardest deck I've ever played. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. You should definitely play this. Try this deck out. Super fun. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. And as always, I'm excited to see you in the next video.